think poverty. I mean, I'm okay. I'm retired, but I feel for younger people and families.
At this moment, I think the main issue is probably going to be the issue with like the littering on our streets. So there's a lot of litter, and the council aren't doing much to to remove that litter. And the other thing I would say maybe is unemployment as well. And there's a big issue with unemployment in this area. Like I think about maybe 20-30% are unemployed, and so I think the MPs, they should really try to boost employment in this area. And a final issue maybe is going to be maybe like immigration. So maybe the fees are quite high. The threshold has gone to 28,000 now for those trying to bring the spouses or the family to the UK. So I think that should be lowered, and the fees are extortionate as well.
At the moment is we need jobs. We need a bit more security on the roads with police officers walking the streets and letting people know they're safe to be out late at night a bit as well, which you get in other countries. You feel a bit safe.
As a dog walker and walker generally, I just see the dirt everywhere, and it's mainly down, when I look down, pavement, roads, side of the roads, cans, alcohol, empty bottles. Everybody claims it's not his own responsibility. People in front of post office fight with people who park. They shouldn't be parking there. So just cleanliness and parking, not to mention speedy drivers, but cleanliness is the biggest issue.
Immigration.
Okay.
Them coming in and not being able to get any work or housing or anything like that. That are coming over, they're looking for a better life.
The main issue at the moment is cost of living crisis. Cost of living crisis has been horrendous. General people out in the community have made comments. Utility bills have gone up, gas, electric has gone up, water bills, council tax is absolute nightmare. 10% increase this year, 11% increase next year, 21% increase, and it's not our fault. The government, the local authorities should take responsibility. Traffic calming measures are an issue. Potholes everywhere. We need to have a system where they look after the whole of Birmingham, not just affluent parts of Birmingham. Another issue on top of my head is that unemployment is still an issue. Now, the government keeps on telling us there is full employment, but there's a needs population, which are youth who are not in educational training or employment. That needs community needs somewhere to give them those skills to get those jobs.
It's parking on the green grass, isn't it? It happens all the time, and nothing's ever done about it.
The dangerous driving in this road. Probably the youngster, they're driving 70-80 miles an hour, and that's the main concern.
For me, I think the thing that's really a big issue for me is trusting politics. That's the biggest issue at the moment, because at the moment, whenever you see any of the debates, you just don't get straight answers, you don't get transparency, you get broken promises, and then once they're in government, those promises, they're not held to account. So really it's more about accountability and trust. That's the biggest issue at the moment, because I've been a lifetime Labour supporter, but I'm disillusioned with them as well for quite a number of reasons, with Sir Keir Starmer as well, with his stance on Gaza, not being straightforward on Gaza in terms of what he really feels about that.
And people be able to live living wage, people be able to afford public transit, to be able to get around on public transit. Not everyone can afford a car, not everyone can afford petrol. I think also supporting local businesses, not having places being shut down all the time.
Crime is like, it's rising so fast. It's like, it's scaring, really.
For you at the moment?
Potholes at the moment, all the roads are terrible. Wherever you drive in Hall Green, especially the main roads, trying to duck and dive, it's terrible. And secondly, all the side streets and roads, the pavement slabs are broken, uneven. That's a major issue at the moment in Hall Green.
Well, I think he's very well spoken. I like him as a person, but I don't agree with a lot of his policies. He doesn't seem to have done anything for poorer people.
He's not fit for the role. Yeah.
Rishi Sunak I think he's all right. He tried, but I think whoever would have come into power, even if it was Labour or even if we got somebody from the moon, with the COVID and everything, I think we had a hard time. Whoever was in power. So I personally think he did try, but just unlucky.
When he started, I loved him. Then I changed my mind because I could see that he can't change the mindset of his own party, even if he wants to. And I think that he should be good and go.
Or for the rich.
A multi-millionaire who stands as a leader of a country, but is very out of touch with the average general working population individual.
Decent bloke. Disappointed.
He didn't perform as we expected.
A pure lame duck. Really, it's as simple as that, because he's, or I could say, out of touch, if you want something more specific, because he really is out of touch with what the country needs and what they expect from a Prime Minister.
Disappointing little man.
Well, he's not bad, but I think he's unfortunate.
Somebody could be better than him.
Well, I think he's genuine. He's not very inspiring, I don't think. But I think I would trust him.
I'm a Labour person, so he's all right.
3 words?
He's all right. He's more than all right. I'm Labour all the way.
I hope that he will deliver in what he says he will, that it won't just be the manifesto and let's do it now and then we all go to square one just like any other party. I hope that he listens to people who came from conservative parties as well to support him, or from Greens or Lib Dems, which I would always want to vote for. So I hope that Keir Starmer delivers.
No good at all.
From the elite, totally out of touch with grassroots Labour voters.
Boring, uncharismatic, and dull.
Difficult to trust, really. I do find that, and it hurts me to say that, but I do find he's difficult to trust because of his U-turns.
No words for him.
Absolutely, and that's just one example. There was also other scandals, if you remember, to do with politicians that hadn't behaved appropriately. Again, didn't suspend them, brushed it under the carpet, so that's absolutely right.
I don't personally think it's his fault, it's what the individuals are doing themselves. So I still will say, even though I'm not a conservative, Rishi Sunak did try.
Yes, I think a scandal like that shouldn't be tolerated by the public, and I think it should be addressed, and he shouldn't be in power. Really, we feel that.
No, I don't think so. I think that it's very difficult to control individuals, and he's been very much against what they've done, but obviously he wants to wait for it to be approved.